Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this special midweek edition of HR Mentorship Learning Series. Tonight, we'll be having our session topic, Handling at-Risk Staff, a Strategic HR Approach. Our facilitator for this evening is Oluwatobi Awojobi, who is a first-time facilitator on this prestigious platform. Quickly, I'll read briefly about her profile so that we can get better acquainted with her. Oluwatobi is a seasoned HR professional, administrator, and with extensive experience in talent acquisition, learning and development, and employee engagement. She has worked in both the banking and educational sectors, where she significantly contributed to organizational growth and employee well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, she holds professional training certifications from Kendall Consulting, all right, and she is also certified with UNICAF UK. She's a proud alumni of Olabisi Onabanjo University and Clifford University, where she backed both a Bachelor's of Science in Education in Accounting and a Master's in Business Administration with specialization in human resource respectively. She continues to impact lives through mentoring, counseling, and leadership development. Beyond HR, Oluwatobi is a gifted public speaker, author, and singer, and is recognized as the overall best winner of the Human Resource Practitioners Got Talent Show. All right. She also serves as the matron of the Red Cross Society and is an alumni of the Agai Leadership Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to have with us this evening Oluwatobi Awojobi.
Good evening, everyone. I want to believe we've had a very, very great day. I don't want to believe your day has been stressful. And if it has been stressful, your strength is renewed in the name of Jesus. Right. We are going straight into the topic, handling at-risk staff, a strategic approach from the HR perspective, handling at-risk staff. Okay, so when you say somebody is at risk, what do we mean? Of course, we all know that we are human beings and we have water and blood running through our veins. Of course, whether you're a low cadre staff, whether you're a middle management staff, whether you're the top tier, whether you're rich, whether you are poor, all of us, one thing that is general to every one of us is that we are human beings. And we have our downtimes, we have our times, we have issues of life affecting us one way or the other. So that is why we have to talk about this. The last speaker, the last webinar was about emotional intelligence at the workplace. And then tonight we want to look at when we have a trick staff at our fingertips or around us, how do we handle them? Just join me. And then at the end of the session, there will be opportunity for you to ask questions. There will be opportunity for you to comment, and then maybe clarifications or whatsoever. So, okay, I've been introduced earlier, so of course, we all know my name. Thank you so much. Yes. Who are the at-risk staff? When you say a staff is at risk, what do we mean? When we say someone is at risk, what exactly are we saying? Okay, now, of course, like I said, some employees, they are considered at risk because of maybe personal problems, health-related matters, behavioral issues, performance issues, issues that maybe, if, when they are not properly managed, these challenges can lead to reduced productivity, can lead to termination, can lead to, them having more issues, disengagement, anything like that. So because of that, as HR professionals, because we are the people that are involved in people engagement, people culture, workplace ethics, that is what is expected of us as HR professionals. So the onus is on us to ensure that we are proactive, and we have support systems in place for our people, staff members. They may be even top tier managers, like I said before. They may be low cadre staff, they may be support staff. Staffing, we have one time or the other when we might be at risk or we have issues that may lead us to become at risk. So we need to have support systems, so that they will be able to regain stability and maintain productivity. So like I said, we have people that have issues relating to health, relating to domestic issues, personal matters, behavioral issues, performance issues that might need our support as HR people. And then we look better, we look inwards at some categories, of course, of when you say people are at risk, what do we mean? But before we go into the categories, let's talk about the terms. At risk staff refers to employees who are struggling to meet performance expectations. They are struggling to meet performance expectations, and of course, they are facing personal or professional challenges, or they are exhibiting behaviors that may impact their well-being or job security. They are having one challenge or the other. Just like I said, we are all human beings. We have issues at a point in time in our life. Those are people and say we consider them as at-risk people. Okay, so when we talk about the strategic HR approach, we are saying that our approach to handling the staffs that are at risk, it involves having very, very supportive, very, very active, supportive, and performance-focused methodology. When you say methodology, you have plans, you have system, you have a way to get this done. And these are just to ensure that we address these issues as they come early. Like I said before, providing necessary support, then we just ensure that what we really want to ensure is the general employee performance and general employee well-being. Performance, of course, for the organization, and the well-being of the employee themselves. Okay, so that is strategic HR approach is talking about the methodology, the planning in place, the systematic process of handling these things. Okay, can we move further? All right, so now, like I said, we want to look at the categories. When you say categories, the examples of at-risk staff, when you say people at risk, what do we mean? Who are the people we are talking about here? Employees facing personal or family crisis. Okay, that's the number one on the list here. Of course, there are sometimes you don't expect things to just come your way, like the death of a loved one. It may be a spouse, it may be a parent, people you've gotten them on the job already, they are good, they are doing what they should do, but something just happened, especially the death of a spouse, the death of a partner, somehow there's a way it comes and make people come down. There's a way it can affect productivity, it can affect the mental health or the emotional health of employees. There's people have personal issues linking to marital problems, maybe as a result of divorce, separation, breakup, and financial difficulties. Some people are just in debt, they are trying, maybe the partner, they are the breadwinner, they have lots of responsibilities, they have issues with risks just because of the load on them. And we have some other family-related issues, unwanted pregnancies. It's not only singles that experience unwanted pregnancy. I remember a time in my career that when I was to have my second born, I was not really ready for that pregnancy because the child came early, and I was not proud enough to talk about it because it was not too long that I came back from maternity leave. So we have even people in marriage, their homes are working, but they have unwanted pregnancies. It can affect the mental health, can affect the physical health, it can affect the emotions of such people, And when you have people like this, the impact on the job, stress, like I said, it can lead to absenteeism or focus. That is the impact on the company, impact on the organization, impact the job. So the first example, like I said before, are employees facing personal or family crisis. I said examples, maybe death of a loved one, divorce or separation, breaks up, financial difficulties, family-related stress, unwanted pregnancy. We have many examples. I want to say, using the language of the Gen Z, I want to say people that are being served breakfast, when we have outbreaks and like that. We may think, okay, well, what does it have to do with the job? But the thing is, just like I said in my introduction, we are all human beings. We have flesh and water passing through us. So the employees, every one of the people in the organization, we are all human beings. So these things may have effects on the job because it is affecting their spirit man. It's affecting who they are exactly. Okay, so let's look at the second category. And some people have health challenges. part of what we do in the HR is when we are onboarding people, we ask them to go for tests. We ask them to go for medical tests. They come back. There are some tests we want them to run. Yes, some of them from ab initio will say, okay, you can't join this team, maybe because when we see the results, maybe they are not physically fit. But what of the people that they have joined the team already? Something just came up. I know we will have people on call today that would have examples. You understand this came up. Their jobless or something, or they didn't see it's coming. Sudden chronic illness, sudden chronic disability, people that work with the manufacturing industry, maybe the factory workers, while they are on the machine, something happens to their hand, something happens to their leg, your driver in the office, it comes at times and they are not prepared for it. So sudden chronic illness, sudden disability, mental health struggles as a result of one of the or two issues that we have mentioned earlier, leading to stress, leading to depression, leading to burnout. Workplace injury, yes, I mentioned that some people being on the machine and they get injured. So we have these are parts of the people we can consider as at-risk people. And the impact, increase of hospital visitation, frequent sick leave, reduced efficiency, then at last, some eventual disengagement. Of course, I think I once worked with a colleague that once she gets pregnant, he gets on the bed. Once she's pregnant, she's been advised at the hospital to have bed rest. We have people like that once they are pregnant, they cannot even toggle pregnancy with their job and all this. So we have people that have employee-related health-related challenges. So those are the second category. The third category, which is, it's more of personality-based, temperament-based. These are people that they have behavioral or performance issues, okay? Their work quality declines, is not as expected, maybe because of the upbringing they have, maybe because of the exposure they have, maybe because of the experience. Some have temperament issues, they are so temperamental. Somehow they try not to, but they just see themselves, just coming up like that. We have some people are extroverts, some are introverts, and of course, because of the different personality traits, different temperaments, and though it is more than 4 now, but the major ones we know that some can be male in nature, some are choleric in nature, some are phlegmatic, and some are sanguine. We all have to work together in the company. So somebody that has temper issues, anger issues, they have conflicts with colleagues, with supervisors, just as a result of their temperaments, and because of this, it leads to violation of workplace policies because of this behavioral. And what was this? The impact it has, it's on everyone or the job. It's to decreased morale. It leads to disruption of team harmony. When there are loggerheads, when they are not saying the same thing, somebody is saying lift it up, somebody is saying we bring it down. Everybody is not on the same page. It leads to disruption of team harmony. And as HR professionals, they bring matter to us. They talk to us about it. They ask questions. Some people are just unhappy about it. They are fine from home, but getting to the workplace, their team member is not just following. When you give him or her instruction, she does just not understand, just because of the upbringing, or the person is just slow, sluggish. You is an implementer, somebody is a planter, somebody is what that person knows cannot even bring anything to the table because of his nature or her nature. But we have somebody that is so fast and you can just get things done. We have different people in the team, we have different people we employ, even in the organization. So we can consider the ones that are having chronic concerning behavior as at-risk employees, at-risk employees, yes. Okay, the last on the list here, we have employees that are facing job insecurity. Why? As a result of restructuring, of course. There was a time when, before now, the place I worked earlier on, the time they wanted to do optimization of branches, that was in the bank, optimization of branches, they were closing some branches so that they can strengthen some other ones. And it was after the economic meltdown and everything, economic meltdown and all that. So we have optimization matters, mergers and acquisitions happening in some places, and it can lead to redundancy. Some people will be affected, some are fearful of being affected, some because of what they've heard. They'll be like, okay, this department is being crushed into another one. Some are closing down. You are having a new line of products, or you have competitors. You feel, okay, you are changing line of business. Some people feel, okay, the product is no longer moving and all like that. So we have some people that is related to performance. They have warnings as a result of performance, like I said. And this is even common where you have targets, for your KPIs, your key performance indicators. You have some you have to meet deadlines, you have targets, and some people can just go for it. Some people, it's decrease their morale, they're anxious. Some people can even say, okay, I don't want the job again. Some can say, I don't want the job again. And sometimes this can be related to on contract. Okay, maybe you're getting into the job, the employee is getting into the job, and they're like, when you tell them, okay, this is just for 3 years, when it's end of the contract, the employee becomes anxious. The employee becomes feeling, okay, can I renew this? Okay, what is the next thing I can do after this? What, and so on and so on and so forth. So this can lead to decreased loyalty. It can lead to eventual disengagement. It can lead to anxiety. It can lead to loss of concentration on the job. It can lead to, especially disloyalty. Yes, disloyalty. Some people can just become disloyal. Some people can be, okay, since I'll be going soon, how can I garner away for myself and all. So we can consider those people also to be at risk, this categories of employee. Okay, so how do we handle them? Since we know that people like this exist, we know that as part of our team, we have some people that face personal issues, there are some people that facing behavioral issues. If you think now, we know some of them already. We have friends, we have partners, we have team members, we have people in our organization that we know that one or two things has happened to them, maybe even their partner may be even sick at home. They are not sick, but they have a partner that is sick, or a parent that is sick, a loved one that is sick, and maybe the sickness is terminal nature. How do we handle them effectively? Of course, we don't want the business to be affected, because as strategic partners, we should be involved in and be interested in the organization doing well and the organization making profits. But then we are also the people person. And so there must be a way for us to balance. So as HR professionals, what should we do? We should look out for signs. Number one, frequent absenteeism. How to handle this effectively? We should look out for signs. That's the very first thing. Frequent absenteeism or tardiness. Somebody that has not been like this before is acting this way. We just have to look at for the signs. The second one is decreased productivity and engagement. Maybe this person talks, this employee talks, she's somebody that can relate, somebody that is a happy person, highly situated person. Suddenly the lady is not talking to anyone, the man decides to be on his own, you play with him, he's not acting back and stuff like that. We need to be very, 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 very observant and note all this. We have decreased productivity, decreased engagement. Like I said before, characteristics, mood swings and isolation. That is not the person. That is not the person. That's not the way the person acts. Complaints from colleagues about performance too. Talking about, okay, she's always like this, she was not like this before, she's now like this. So those are signs, those are part of the things to look out for, to understand that, okay, something is wrong somewhere. And of course, as HR professionals, we're expected to sit them down and engage them. And that's where people engagement comes in. People engagement comes in employee engagement. Okay, so what do we do? Regular performance reviews and one-on-one checks. And just like I've said, one-on-one checking, HR professional expected to befriend the staff, of course, with boundaries. I'm not expected to have favorites. We all know that. But then we have one-on-one checking, especially when we have seen the signs or somebody have raised it amongst the team members. It is important that we don't overlook. It's important that we don't say, okay, she'll get over it. It's important we go close to have an idea of what is happening. It will really help us to be able to attend to this on time and effectively. Okay, what else can we do? Of course, we have to try to ensure that we foster a supportive workplace culture, a supportive workplace culture where everybody though not family, can be a family at work. We can make our workplace as HR professional, we can build a very, very good culture, workplace culture that is not toxic. Because if the place is toxic, no one will want to open up. But when the place is okay, it's warm enough, then we encourage open communication. They'll be able to talk, they'll be able to say what the matter is. Another thing we can do is also to train managers so that they can offer empathy and discretion. Of course, emotional intelligence is important. It is one of the soft skills that we cannot just toy with in this current dispensation. Of course, we know that EQ, EI, as we may have it, is very, very important in fact, for almost everywhere now, whether in the churches, whether at work, whether in the house. It is very important for everybody to be self-aware and to be aware of the social the strata and where we belong to. So it's important that we train managers, we prepare them ahead to offer empathy, to offer discretion. So they have to be discretional in nature, in the way of handling matters. And then as HR professionals, we can also help by having support system and implement employee assistance programs, EAPs, employee assistance programs, so that we can become, if we cannot counsel them, we can offer people, we can bring on board people that can do that. As a HR professional, if maybe you are even going through what that person is going through, you feel, okay, I cannot even handle this. Just look for somebody, maybe a manager, that even be somebody from outside. We can just run a program to ensure that we meet the need of people in that category. Permits me, the Bible talks about us encouraging the disheartened. It says in 1 Thessalonians that we encourage the disheartened, we should help the weak, and we should be patient with everyone. We can use this even on our decks, at our workplace. We'll be seen as better people, better professionals. That is not just about the timing, they are not just about the performance, you're not just about what they can bring to the table. They will see us as people that, yes, we are interested in in their lives. We are interested in their lives outside the workplace. All right, so what else can we do? Like we said, some people have personal or family issues. So what can we do to do this? Some people have challenges. What can we do to attend to them? Some people have behavioral issues. What can we do? So here, I wrote here that for personal, we can offer flexible work arrangements. Okay, somebody that is taking care of a loved one that is on sick bed, somebody that is bereaved after the time we have given them as a lapse, but you can say this person is not getting him or herself yet. We can offer flexible work arrangements. We can provide grief or personal counseling services. I said that before, that even if we cannot do it, we can bring people on board to do it. And then we can also allow for paid or unpaid for recovery, especially for your challenges. We can just let them be so that they can go and heal, mentally, so that they can come back and be good on the job. For people with health challenges, what can we do to help them? Like I said earlier, we can have a friendly workplace, a health-friendly workplace, a health-friendly workplace. We can offer mental health awareness programs. This one's, it's good once in a while to bring in if we have an HMO, we have health management officers, we have health management companies attending that we partner with as an organization. We can bring them on board few times. It may be once in a month, it may be once in 3 months, it can be quarterly, it can be biannual, as we want to have it as HR professionals. We can bring them so that they can create awareness, they can talk to people about their health. You can even make it subject-based, talk about diabetes, or because we already know what people are passing through, talking about high blood pressure, talking about infertility, issues that people don't really share with others, but maybe as HR professionals we get to know. We can bring HMO officers to come on board to discuss these matters, to attend to them. Of course, employees will be happy and they will know that they have a supportive HR in place. Then we can also encourage wellness initiatives, okay, gym, therapist, agents, everything that can make the health get better. Yes, okay, for performance of behavioral issues, yes, we need to conduct, private discussions to understand the root cause or the root causes of whatever the problem might be. It is important to conduct private discussions, and then it will not be too bad to offer coaching and mentorship for skill improvements. That is making some people that are more experienced, helping out people that are just coming in, that maybe they're just trainees or they're on internship, they're just onboarding. Excuse me. bringing them on board, guiding them all through the career, helping them at one stage or the other. We can also develop a performance improvement plan, PIP, clear, achievable goals, clear and achievable. Every goal we expected that they are smart. They are, you have smart goals already. Let's be sure that they are clear. Well, they know what they are expected to do, and then these goals are achievable. Of course, somebody that is having downtime or somebody that is at risk, we can change the targets for the time being, and when the person comes back fully, of course, the person can continue, the employee can continue whatever targets and whatever he has or she has been doing before that time. It's part of support, like just having a support system and to help the organization at large. Okay, what are the strategies? Like I said, just still talking about strategies for managing at-risk staff. I mentioned the implementing the employee well-being program. We said it, but this time around, the structured wellness program with mental health. It has to talk about stress reduction workshops, mental health workshops, counseling, anything that just have to do with what we can do to help. I mentioned earlier on before as well, just preparing the managers, preparing the supervisors on emotional intelligence, on conflict resolution skills, how they can step in to provide support to their proteges, to their direct reports, and as they would have it. All right, it is important too that we can encourage, peer support networks, okay, having a body system to support the employees, having a body system, people that are together just to provide support. There's nothing bad in, a partner understanding with another partner that, okay, things are like this for now. We just have to bridge the gap. We just have to bridge the gap. We just have to ensure everything works well. It can be anybody's turn anytime. Anyway, though you are not wishing anybody bad, but then it's important that we know that, okay, this is this person for now. This is not the way he is always. This is not the way he used to do. This is not the way she acts. But for one reason or the other, can you just raise his hand? Can you just provide support? So when we have body system, it helps also. Then it's important as HR professionals to monitor progress and to follow up with these employees, and of course, regular check-in to ensure ongoing support and adjustment that we are told to bear one another's burden. And in this, we fulfill the law of God concerning every one of us. We feel the law of Christ when we bear one another's burden. Some majority, it is not their fault. They didn't see it coming. They just suddenly become at risk. So we wouldn't just say, okay, it's about, you just face it, bear the burden alone. It is beautiful if they can get support. It helps them heal fast, and it helps them get back to the job fully. All right. So another thing is some people cannot just continue. The reality is people, after their downtimes, after one or two issues, especially people with performance issues, maybe they've retrogressed so much that we cannot just continue. It is essential for us as HR professionals to develop and create clear exit strategies for employees who are unable to meet performance expectations or improve their behavior. And that is after we might have tried, after we might have provided support, after we might have provided help, after we might have had times with them, one-on-one check-in, understanding body system, everything we said earlier on. After we might have tried, some people, maybe they can't just heal, they can't just get over this. Okay, we can just let them know and be aware of exit strategy. If you look at the picture on the screen, it was deliberate. I deliberately used this. The exit here is leading to to stairs. It's a stairway. Sometimes exiting the job can bring healing. Sometimes exiting the job is just the best way the person can do at that moment, even if it's for a time. It's just the person will not just be able to continue. Maybe health matters, the person has cancer and the person has been trying, stress is not expected. Somebody that's, for many other examples like that, some people, they just have to just go away for some time, leave the job. And if there is, or there are people like that, we just have to provide support too for their exiting, so that they exit well and they exit into a glorious future, so that they exit into a glorious future. But that must have been after we have them enough time, after we have given them enough time to come out of the experience they had. Yes. Thank you so much. So when we try to do this, when we provide support, when we help people, when we ensure that it's not just that things are happening, we have something in place. What do we benefit? What are the benefits of having a strategic HR approach concerning staffs that are at risk? What are the benefits? Okay, so the first one is it will improve employee performance, of course. When we get to see this early and we provide support, it leads to improved employee performance, of course, and then it will reduce termination. It will reduce termination, because by the time we put all these things in place, all the support we are given, all this help we are, all this plan, all the systematic support, it's not just support, but they are planned out, and we are following up. Somehow the people we get ill, they will overcome whatever is coming their way, and to reduce termination. Of course, it will help employee well-being. It will improve employee well-being, because having access to wellness programs, having access to maybe therapy sessions, having access to counseling, will bring supportive feedback and can improve employee well-being. It can also reduce stress. Of course. And then when there's reduced termination, when there is reduced stress, when employees are happy, it will lead to reduced turnover, which is the third point here of the benefits of a strategic HR approach. Of course, a proactive approach can reduce turnover rates and associated recruitment and training costs. Of course, when we are trying to bring people on board, it's cost. We have to it may be much, but then there is a form of cost associated with it. So when you're bringing new people, when people goes out of the organization every time, you know that it is not a good thing for us as HR professionals, especially as a strategic HR professional, as a partner in whatsoever comes out of that organization. We know that it is not too good for people to be leaving the job and just coming in, leaving the job and coming in. So when you have a strategic approach to handling staffs that are at risk, when we ensure that we use emotional intelligence on our decks, we add it to one of the tools we use every time, it leads to reduced turnover. And it also help to increase manager confidence. And when our managers are equipped, when they are trained, when they know that what is expected of them is far more than ensuring the job is done, carrying their team along is important. So when they are trained with the skills and knowledge to handle at-risk staff, it also increases their confidence, it increases their effectiveness, it increases the rapport that they will have with their proteges, the rapport that we have with their direct reports, and overall it will help the overall well-being of the organization, and people will be happy working in that organization. It's not too good having people that are working in an organization and they are bitter. Why? Maybe because they just feel it's just for you to get the job done. All what the organization is expecting, all what the EDs are expecting, all what the managing director is expecting, the HR also is in support, is just to get the job done. Nothing else concerns them. So it makes people to be bitter. It makes people to just do the work, and when the work cannot be done, they leave it. But when they become stakeholders as a result of care, as a result of empathy, as a result of understanding them beyond the job, it becomes their heart is open to say, okay, I'm interested in this organization too, because they're interested in me. Of course, it will increase the confidence, it will increase the effectiveness and the general well-being of the organization. All right, so what are the best practices concerning this? Okay, the best thing to do is to develop, one of the best things to do, the first here, is to develop clear policies and procedures. To develop clear policies and procedures concerning at-risk staff. Of course, it's good to establish clear guidelines It's good to include performance management. It's good to pen down disciplinary actions and exit strategy. This is good. I don't know if it can be in a handbook, if it can be in somewhere that people will have an idea. If you're going through this, is what is happening, what will happen to you. We provide the support. We go with you all the way. But if you're not changing, if things are not getting better, this is the way eventually turn out. So it's good to have clear policies and procedures. We have said this over and over again. This second point, I don't want to overflog it, that we should train our managers, and of course, HR professionals should be trained. And this is one of what we are doing tonight. This is one of the things doing tonight, to be trained, so that we have trainings on handling our trick staff, which includes giving positive feedback, includes performance management, and how to handle it. The other time I was saying it that sometimes the person is thinking normally, act normally, nothing is at stake. There is a target. Okay, now that he has something at stake, now that she's passing through one thing or the other, can we reduce the target just for that time? It shows we are providing support. It shows we understand that this person is a human being and this person has one or two things happening to him at this time, and we understand with him. So performance management, employee wellness, we train managers and HR professionals to be able to handle this and bear it in mind. Of course, one of the other, another best is to progress and evaluate effectiveness. This is important, said that earlier, to have regular review of the effectiveness of the strategic HR approach we're using. And then there is nothing stopping us from making changes. There is nothing stopping us from doing it in a better way. It's always good to do things in a better way. It's always view our processes and then look at it. Does it match with what is happening globally? Does it match with what is happening with acceptable standard? Of course, the professional standard too. So we can also review so that we can make adjustments as needed. Of course, we have said it again that it's necessary that we encourage a culture of support, encourage a culture of empathy, and encourage a culture of open communication so that we can. All right, I want to be very sure we are all following. I can see some stuff are dropping. Okay, so we can also encourage, okay, all right. So we can also encourage opening communication. We can encourage opening communication, and so that we can ensure that every one of us, they feel, the employees feel comfortable, they can seek help. Some people don't want to talk about anything because they are not comfortable. Maybe they just feel the environment is somehow toxic. Feel that when they talk to us, yes, let me say this, as HR professionals, we need to know that we need to be discreet. As HR professionals, people talk to us, or we make people talk to us, or because they don't have a choice, they talk to us. Somebody comes to work and you ask them what is happening, and they somehow open up to us. As HR professionals, we are not expected to start talking about their matters to other people. We are not expected to make other people know what they are passing through. So it is important for us as HR professionals to be discreet. It's important for us to be able to hold people's secrets. It's important for us to be able to permit me to use the word, hold our tongues. Yes, please. So people can be comfortable talking. People can be comfortable seeking help. It is very, very bad if it's our HR professional that cannot bridle his tongue. The Lord will help us to be able to do the needful every time. Yes, like I said, just the last one here, maintaining confidentiality, maintaining fairness, okay, ensuring that all interactions with our trick staff are confidential. It is fair. They don't see us as being, they don't see us as having favorites in the workplace. So we just have to maintain confidentiality every time, so that people can talk to us. It's normal that if you cannot keep me, if not my matter with you, if you must tell other people, if I must hear from other places that I'm having this problem, then I come to you another time. So we need to know that it's very, very, very important. It's a very, very important skill for us to be able to maintain confidentiality. That's when people can open up to us, and we need to be fair. We need to be fair when we are handling matters. Of course, putting ourselves in those people's shoes, not sympathizing them, then empathizing with them. All right. All right. Thank you so very much. As we're rounding up, every organization will encounter at-risk staff. If the way I introduced this, we may not see it coming. We may not plan for it, but somehow we will encounter at-risk staff. My prayer is that we also, HR professionals, will not become at-risk. You know, when you have domestic issues and you bring it to work, if you're not careful, you become at-risk, you transfer aggressions. If you are not careful, you are not able to hang the matter at the gate before going into the office, we can become at-risk too. Even our personal issues we are going through. So every organization will somehow encounter at-risk staff. But the key to success is on how we handle these challenges. That's the key to success, how we handle these challenges. So a supportive HR approach is not just supportive, it's strategic, you know, help employees to recover and it's help everyone to excel while strengthening the overall workplace engagement and trust. So as HR professionals, let us commit to creating a workplace where no employee feels abandoned. As HR professionals, let us continue to create a workplace where no employee feels abandoned. Of course, the way it happens to A might not be the same way B will experience it, but it's beautiful when both parties can say, HR is top. It's beautiful when they can say, yes, I have a supportive system. It's beautiful when they can say, no, in my place of work, they want to know what is wrong with it. They want to know what you're passing through. They want to help. They want to provide support, and they're always there. My HR person is always there to help. That's a good one. We should know that a resilient workforce is a supported workforce. So if you want somebody that is resilient, if you want somebody that is dodgers, want employees that is giving his or her whole, then that person has to be a supported person. Thank you. I want to stop here, and we are free to throw in our comments. We are free to throw in our contributions. We are free to drop or ask questions. We are free at this point to say one or two things. Thank you once again as I'm holding on for our comments, for our contribution, for our questions. Thank you. All right. Afolayan Davis, you're welcome on board. Ashafa Damola from Ogun, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, so please, as many of us that are on call, if you have contributions, if you have questions, Omawumi Arai, are you still online? As on call, please, we can ask questions, we can raise our hands, we can drop comments, we can contribute. You know, we are here to learn. We can even share experience. Yes. Oh, thank you, doctor. You said that. Yes, we can share experience. Maybe you've had somebody, it may be a personal experience. Thank you, Mr. Femi from Lagos. It may be a personal experience. It may be one on the job as a result of you being you have someone that has been at risk, and how did you handle it? We would all be glad to glean from your wealth of experience. I would so much like it to learn, so that we all know that this is practical. This is something that happens almost every day or almost every time at our workplace. Please, let's raise our hands. We can drop comments. We can raise our hands. Okay, nobody is raising. Nobody is saying, is this, I'm sure this is not new to us. I'm sure this is not new to us. I'm sure this is not new to us.
Thank you so much, Oluwatobi. That was an excellent presentation. I thoroughly enjoyed every session, every segment. Thanks to everyone who joined tonight. This is really worth it. Of course, this will be uploaded on the YouTube channel, Yemi Adeosun, tonight. And you can watch it again and also share with your loved ones, colleagues, who, for one reason or the other, could not join tonight. What I'll do right away is to unmute everybody. You know how we end our sessions? We try to appreciate our facilitators with our voice. Davis Afolayan says, your presentation has been so refreshing, and I completely align. I feel refreshed. let me use the word, I feel blessed. So let's unmute and say thank you to our facilitator.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
We
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.